jamming over here. Check it out. What up? It's me, Brian B. What's good? What's happening? What's up, yo? It's another ENT show, baby. It's Thursday night. That means we on your screen talking that entertainment, showing off. Me and Kyle E, we back at it again. We got a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about the famous celebrities and actors and people of Hollywood from the 80s, from the 90s, and of course, from the future, baby. We get into the future tonight. Great top five favorite actors that have been in movies and you went and saw it just because they was in it. Listen, man, we got a really good show, but you know we have to check out our sponsors before we get going. Let's go. People, make sure that you go ahead and check out the Beeline Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for, everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the Beeline Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go!
The Watch List.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Now, Supergirl had right? That's all they were talking about was getting some.
Have some more.
Oh, the sloppy
Sure that I'm not getting in my own way and building my own mentality instead of just allowing it to be built.
And it's a great song. Highs and lows, great hook.
Batman, Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, remember these guys?
They missed an opportunity.
Minimal like a freaking McDonald's.
Like a damn package of. You think this is orange juice? That's right. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, head on over to YouTube and make sure that you like, make sure that you share, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell button for the notifications. We do 3 shows a week. We start off Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, baby. We got the Beeline Web Show. That's right. We talk a little bit of everything and we get straight to the point with it. That's right. A little bit of everything, 9 o'clock p.m. Very first show, OG show started it all. And then, of course, if you're a wrestling fan, pro wrestling fan, that is, we got straight through the ropes Wrestle Talk with the STR Nation, baby. Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And then we wrapping it up with the Beeline Entertainment Show, bro. Personally, my favorite one of the shows. I love the entertainment show. We talk so much entertainment, from movies to music to video games to TV shows. We talk a little bit of everything, even little conspiracy series and AI. And me and my, who do I talk with? You want to know who do I talk with? I'll show you. His name is Kyle Eric. What up, Kyle?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. Feel good, man.
And yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Pretty good day for me too.
Pretty good day. Good, man. Glad to hear it, yo. You know, as you know by now, man, this is my wrap up show. Like, you know, I'm finished. I'm closing out the week after I did all 3 shows, and they're successful, and you know, people watching, people not watching, whether or not, I love it, man. It's like I have so much fun doing these, and definitely glad you're here to join me, bro. But yeah, man, another week in the books. What's going on? Anything new?
Nothing, bro. Just well, nothing too big. Well, okay. Unfortunately, I gotta say this. I had a death in the family.
Oh man, sorry to hear, bro.
I had a death in the family, so their homegoing is tomorrow.
Got it.
So yeah, so I'm just mentally preparing for that.
Yeah.
Aside from that, one of my one of my friends slash clients that I work, that I work with. I was on assignment with him again today,
Yeah.
and um, and somebody had okay. So while we were doing an interview with one of this organization was a basketball organization specifically for young girls, right?
Okay.
And one of the people that was that I guess was spearheading the organization, because this organization's been around for a while, but they shouted us out during their interview
Oh, okay.
just because they were like, you're the only ones doing stuff like this, like trying to put a positive spotlight on what is happening in Waterbury, because
Yeah.
usually, because I live in a place where it's not bad, but it has its stereotypes, it has its rumors. Like most people that have either lived in Waterbury or have heard of Waterbury, they either hear that it's boring, or some people say that it's ghetto. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So to hear when people say something positive, like y'all are the only ones, we're the only basketball podcasts that I know of putting a spotlight on these organizations. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? In Waterbury, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? We ain't in the rich part of Connecticut. We're like right in the middle. So.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Mhm.
Listen, bro. It's always good when you get the recognition for something that you're trying to do. So, yeah, shout out to that for sure. Yeah, I've been seeing your mom's podcast and stuff like that. The shout out to the
Tea and
Tea and
cornbread, yeah,
Cornbread
tea and
podcast. Yeah, I've
cornbread.
been
They had
sharing
a
it.
they had a really good conversation last night. Shout out to that episode. It's called "What Kind of Grandparent Are You?"
Oh, okay.
They were talking about their experience being grandparents, even though, let's face it, they don't look like nobody's grandparents. But they were talking about their experience being grandparents and what it was like for them as kids, and what that dynamic of family is like as you get older, as the kids get older, as the like who are you close to within your family, what
Yeah.
things things like that. And it turned into it got really personal at points. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
man.
would
That's a good topic.
definitely recommend it. Yeah, definitely recommend it. Shout out to my mom and my aunt Tracy for bringing that up, because they had a lot to say on it. They talked about the dynamics of being a grandparent by blood, and
Yeah.
and what they call a bonus grandparent, because I have step siblings. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, so they talked about, like, the dynamics of that as well, and it was very insightful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think people. Yeah, I mean, family goes a long way, man. Like
Yeah.
shit. I'm learning now. Like I'd call my 21-year-old niece last night
Hmm.
for her birthday, and
Yep.
it's like you say something like that out loud, and you're like, my what? 20. I remember when this girl was playing with kitchen sets and
Yep.
doing all this stuff or whatever, but she's 21 years old, out with her friend, don't want to tell us what she's doing because she probably drinking and having fun or whatever. But it's just like you don't think about how fast like the life
Time goes.
passes, bro. It's
Yeah.
like I say it all the time, man. I mean, I don't know if you heard, but last night I've been telling everybody, because it just happened like literally like 2 days ago. But
Hmm.
yeah, listen, bro. I was supposed to be done. I was supposed to only
Oh,
next
oh yeah,
time
oh yeah. No, I
have,
saw. I saw that post, and I'm like,
bruh, man. You
didn't
just
you
never
just say
know,
this last year? You're like, I'm done, done. You said I'm
man.
done, bro.
I was done, bro. But yep, boy, Brian B. I got number 5 on the way, man, and it's
Yeah,
crazy though. Like it's
yeah,
like,
man, number 5. Woo.
yeah. But
Yeah.
me and the wife are taking it as like it's just like it's a blessing. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
definitely, I mean, we weren't preventing it either, but we kind of were thinking that we were keeping track of stuff a little bit better. And nope, got it. It's a plan is a plan. So yeah, man, it's like
Hmm.
we thought that grandkids was gonna be the next thing for us for that next time we see a baby after we just have our baby right now. Like he's just turned 1. So
Hmm.
yeah, a lot of interesting stuff, man.
Well, you
Family
got
is one of
older. You
those
got older
things.
kids too, so
That's right. Yep, 2 going in the middle of high school right now.
Mhm.
So yeah, just all over the spectrum. Got a 7-year-old running around here. So got a dog. I need a break. Hey, damn break, yo.
Oh man, it's just no, but
Yeah.
that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I'm happy about it. We definitely are going to take some, some better measures, for the future. We can't keep having kids, but just not trying to keep doing all
you don't
that.
want to try to break Nick Cannon's record.
Oh no, yeah, we can't, bro. It's fun, but yeah, that consequence is way worse. So, but
Mm.
check it out, yo. Listen, yeah, family talk, man. Maybe we'll do like a episode, man. We definitely got a lot of entertainment, like that you can talk about with family,
Oh yeah,
especially like a lot of the influence that of course, like earlier TV shows. I know we talked about that in the past a lot too.
yep.
But listen, guys, we're gonna jump right in tonight because we got a pretty interesting topic. It's going to take some time. It's going to run all the way right into the top 5. So we're going to start the show off today. You guessed it, with
The Watch List.
That's right, y'all. We watched some stuff and we're going to tell you about it. We
Mhm.
watched, so we was on last week. We talked
Yep.
about what we watched last week. We had kind of a big watch list last week. Probably should have been a watch list show. But
Yeah.
this week I don't have that much. But I'll be real with you. I'm about to have a lot because a lot of my shows started coming back out, and maybe I'll add some of those to the list. I haven't watched them yet, but I'll
Mhm.
add them. I'm gonna be watching them. But
Yep.
Kyle, I'm gonna go ahead and kick this one off because I got a pretty big one that I've seen, and I promise no spoilers. No spoilers, just how I felt about it.
Yep.
But my very first movie tonight on the watch list is, hold on, let me find a picture because I never have it ready. Spider-Man, brand
Mm.
new day. Yes, man. Me and the family, packed each other up, and we went to the movie theaters and we saw Spider-Man brand new day. And let me tell you something. First off, let me say this, yo. We have this AMC movie theater. Now, if you've ever been to AMC movie theater, AMC is the one that has like the stadium seating,
Yep.
the big screen. It's like they do the whole 9 yards. Like they got the projector screen still. It's not like flat surface thing. It's a really nice movie theater.
Mhm.
And I've been going to AMC since I was in high school because they had one right next to the mall, Jersey Gardens Mall in Elizabeth, New Jersey. So I was always in AMC theaters. AMC theaters are still amazing. They are still amazing. And going to watch this movie, of course, movies come out. We talk about all the time in a month. They come out a month after they were released in theaters, like month, maybe 2 months. If you have to wait. They're not. It's not long at all. Movies coming out. You're
Not
like, hey, I
anymore.
don't want to go at all. I don't want to go to the movie theaters. I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to do this. I want to do that. Listen, bro. There's certain things that they have. There's certain deals that they have. There's some movies you need to go see in the movie theaters, yo.
Oh yeah,
There's
definitely.
there's some movies that are not doing it justice when you just watch it like on your television. Like I say, I brag about it, but it's like I got a nice surround sound and everything like that in my living room, a nice big TV. But still, it's just something about going to the theaters, man, and getting that popcorn and you sitting there with your whatever. I'll be eating raisinets and goobers, but it's just a
It's
lot of
Twizzlers for me. It's Twizzlers for me.
Twizzlers. What's your favorite movie snack? Oh, they go top 5 for you
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. It's Twizzlers for me. Now here's the thing. I am a chocoholic to
Yeah.
the full the fullest, man. My friends used to call me a fiend in high school because
The
I was that.
chocolate.
Yeah, because of the chocolate, right?
Yeah.
So, but and I used to have I used to eat like Kit Kats in the during the because that's also my nickname. Kit Kat is my favorite candy, right?
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I used to have Kit Kats while I was watching the movie, but then I realized something. It got a little too messy, like say you're sitting there enjoying the movie and then the candy starts to melt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like, okay, the Twizzlers are safe because they don't melt. There's no, there's, you know
They
what I
don't
mean?
break apart. Yeah, they
They
don't
don't break,
crumble.
break
Yeah.
apart. And while it is fun licking my fingers, I have, I have to say,
Ooh, Kyle, look at Kyle.
in the movie theater,
In the movie
but,
theater, okay. It's fun.
but anyway, so it was a very like I said, I'm a chocoholic, but I had to switch up to Twizzlers because Twizzlers was it was like it wasn't messy. I didn't have to worry
Yeah.
about anything or losing anything or anything melting on me as I was as I was watching the flick. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Twizzlers is a classic,
Mm,
classic movie candy, bro. Yeah,
yep.
Twizzlers is a classic for sure. But yeah, it was just a nice experience, man. I took the whole family. We had got some tickets. My wife, she plays a whole bunch of these like on the phone games. And you wouldn't believe it or not, but yo, she be winning money, bro. Like
I believe it. I
all the
believe it.
time. Like, she literally got the movie tickets with the games that she's played over times. And,
Mm-hmm.
listen, more power to her for that shit. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, we got I got a free popcorn because it was my birthday and we're signed up with like the Stubs program. So there's a lot of stuff that you could do to save money. And even though it is kind of high, it's stuff that different things. They have a program where you literally pay like I think it's like $18 a month or something like that. And you're able to watch like 4 or 5 movies every week or some
Nice.
shit like that or whatever.
Nice.
So yeah,
If you got the money for it, nice. Yeah.
it's that's really interesting, man.
Hmm.
But listen, we went and saw Spider-Man Brand New Day, and hands down, without even like keeping y'all holding y'all hostage with the 5 stars or whatever. Listen, bro, listen, I'm giving this a 5 stars, yo. I'm
It
giving
takes a lot for you to give something 5 stars, so you must have loved it.
let me put it 5 stars. Listen, Spider-Man Brand New Day for Brian B got 5 stars. Now let me explain. First off, it was good. It was good. Hands down, it was good. Listen, I went into this Spider-Man movie like, okay, I've enjoyed the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He in my opinion, even though I love the Tobey Maguire and all that stuff, whatever, Tom
Hmm.
Holland, he portrays the best version of Spider-Man, hands down. And I just like the way his character is. I like his acting work. Like he does good, and he fits the role. Like he really
Hmm.
fits the Spider-Man image.
Hmm.
And this was a good movie, coming off of Spider-Man. It was not Brand New Day. It was it No Way Home or
No Way Home.
yeah, yeah, with all the
Homeco-
Spider-Mans and stuff.
Homecoming, and then No Way Home, and yeah. Hmm.
That's right. Yeah, it was one other one in there too, wasn't it? It was the Homecoming, No Way Home, and then no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe this is like the third one.
This is the third. Is the third one for him because remember he's been in other films within the same So we've seen him
That's
a
right.
lot. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so you had this one, we're coming off where Doctor Strange had did the spell, of course,
Yeah.
at the end of No Way Home, so that he doesn't keep putting MJ and them in danger and everything like that. So that's kind of like it just pretty much just picks up like from where that left off, like that storyline, and it gets really good. It gets really into it. It's definitely bringing in some more stories for pieces of Marvel. So it's gonna be one of the important ones to watch when you're getting into the end of this month. We're gonna be watching Doomsday. But it was really good, man. It was really
Hmm.
good. It told a story. It kind of the reason why decided to give it 5 stars was because it had a bit of everything for everybody. Like
Mm.
it had the sad story, it had the fun time, it had the action moments. Like you weren't sitting there waiting for an action scene. Like even when it was like telling a story, even when it was like trying to make pull your heartstrings, like everything was keeping you captivated. And then
Mm.
of course, like just the progression, and of course my boy was in it. It brought in Hulk, and the one thing I will say about this is hopefully it's not a spoiler, but the Punisher is in it.
Mm.
John Berthal's Punisher.
Yep.
And let me tell you something, bro. Him and the Punisher, their dynamic is fucking incredible, bro. It's
Mm.
so good, man. It's so John Berthal. I got introduced to him, and if you don't know who John Berthal is, hold on, bro. That's if you're a Walking Dead fan,
Yeah.
that's yeah, Shane. If you the first season of The Walking Dead, Rick's best friend, Shane. That's where I got introduced to him. And
Mm.
but he's such a good actor, man. I mean, I've seen so much from him. He played in the movie, not the movie, the show on FX, The Bear. If you watch,
Mm.
very popular show, very good show. he has one of the best like theatrical kind of like portrayals of like a family holiday family dinner that
Mhm.
like you have a huge like blow up with between the family and stuff. It's so good between him and Better Call Saul, Bob
Mm.
also I don't know his last name, but yeah, it's a really good actor, man. And
Nice.
he's in it and he plays this with Spider-Man and just like it's just a really good Spider-Man flick, bro. um it had you kind of on your seat, especially when you wanted to see like Spider-Man's kind of like talents. They did follow a lot of stuff coming from the uh comic books and stuff like that that you really haven't seen before betrayed
Mhm.
with the Spider-Man character in any of the movies, in my opinion. Um yeah, it was really, really good, man. It was really
Yeah,
good. Kyle, how did you feel about it? Like when
I'm
you
still.
saw it coming out and everything.
Look, I told myself I'm seeing this in theaters,
Yeah.
right? I told myself I'm seeing it in theaters. There's been a lot of movies that now I feel like because we're kind of spoiled in a way with how
Real.
they come out so quickly. Either you can watch it on demand, right? You can watch it on demand. Before we had to wait for somebody to get the bootleg. Remember?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
you watching the back of people's heads because you
you
watching
watch
that.
in the back, you hear the audience reacting to everything. It's like,
Oh
you know what I
man.
mean? Or you had to get that guy that one guy that came to the barbershop that got the freaking
Yep.
the freaking HD screener. I'm like, how did
That's
you get?
right.
You know what I'm saying? But
CD,
no,
DVD.
CD, DVD. I got this
Yep.
before it came out. I was like, what? What you mean? This is in theaters right now. How did you get
Yeah, man.
this?
That
You
thing
know,
just be crazy.
now all you got to do is wait a month or less half the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
For
won't
real.
be on like Disney Plus or anything right away, but it'll be on video on demand, Google on demand,
That's right.
Vudu. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Fandango. It'll be
Spend your little $20. It'll be a sale, on the weekend or something. You spend your little $15 or whatever, and you eat your
yep,
popcorn and stuff at home.
yep.
Yep, you saving. No gas, no nothing. Yeah,
But it's all about the experience. Like the movie theater experience
that's right.
is what you go for. And there's certain movies that I feel like I would just do a disservice if I just saw them at home.
Yeah,
And
you're absolutely right.
you'll see what I mean when my top five comes up.
Okay, all right, yeah. I'm looking forward to the top five tonight for sure. But yeah, I gave Spider-Man Brand New Day 5 stars, man. It was a great movie. Definitely check it out. It will be available soon. You made me think of something real quick too, Kyle. One of the
Yep.
crazy things, like I have a family of, you heard, I got a giant family. Like, we got 5 people. Not 5 people, sorry. We got 6 people going out when I'm doing stuff or whatever. So
Yep.
having to pay for movie tickets each person, it's hard, man. It's not easy.
Mhm.
Like, it's like everybody's what, $15 or $12 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like that raises up, your $70 just right there, and then you get popcorn and soda and stuff like that. Yeah, at least two
The
of those.
concessions is really
Yeah,
what gets you. The
get
concessions
them.
is really what gets because that's how they make a lot of their money. Like ticket sales is one thing,
Yeah,
but the concessions is really what gets you. I learned that working at a movie theater. I worked at a movie theater for about a year,
that's right. Yeah, you
and
said that.
yeah, I worked in a movie theater. It was an independent theater on top of that. So a lot of the movies that we got that were mainstream, we got them secondhand after
Oh,
after the mainstream film had sucked all the money out of it. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Wow, that's
So
interesting.
there was a few movies we got first. Like this is the first when I first saw first time I ever saw like a movie dealer come into a theater and look at the environment and determine whether this movie would do well in this theater
In the
versus
theater.
yeah. I was like, oh, so that's
Okay.
how you do it. Plus you have to bid. Now I don't know if it's the same. This is 2012. So much stuff has changed since. But at the time you had to bid for movies. You had to have the money to get that movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And sometimes they'll be like, would you like to screen this movie here? You know what I mean? So I saw a lot and plus I was working there, so I got to see some movies for free.
oh
You
yeah.
know, so I developed a better appreciation for independent filmmaking that way.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, you don't think about just how like you're saying, you forget about it because you worry about the money, and the money. I mean, it's mean for worry. Because
Yeah.
like you just said, I can literally spend $20, even if the movie's $20, and sit in my
Hmm.
house and eat popcorn and do everything. And that's $20 for everybody to watch it. That's not me $20 a ticket. That's
Yeah.
$20 for everybody. So I mean, it does suck, but yeah, the experience is definitely missed. If I'd have saw this at home, like I'd have been like, damn, bro, this would have been one that I wish. Like Doomsday, there's no doubt I'm going
There
to the
is
movie
no
theater to watch.
way I can
Yeah,
just sit at home and watch
yeah.
and watch Doomsday first time. No.
Yeah, no, not the first time. I got to get the whole experience. But yeah, brand new day was really good, man. So shout out to Spider Man, and listen, honestly, Tom Holland and Zendaya, John Berthal, like Sadie Sink, these were some of the stars in this movie who actually made me think of doing this show tonight
Mm.
because these are the newer casts that are entering Hollywood, man. And
Yep.
I want to talk about it. So yeah, for sure. But Kyle, you have something on the watch list tonight? You watch anything
Oh
this
yeah.
week?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
All right. For mine, I gotta start mine off with Batman: Cape Crusader season 2.
Got it.
And I gotta start off. I gotta start off with that.
All right, let's rock and roll. How you
Yeah.
liking it?
I like it. I really like it. I felt like it was trying to find its stride in season 1. Like they tried to get that they wanted to, because this is like Bruce Timm and some of the team from the OG animated Batman series.
Yeah.
So what they wanted to do with this series was they wanted to bring Batman kind of back to his roots, like back in the day when he was mostly a loner detective and things were a lot more, brutal. And certain things work and certain things don't, you know what I'm saying? But I have to say, now, does this trump the Batman series with Kevin Conroy? No. Does it
No.
give me does it keep me wanting to watch to see what they do? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And plus, it's on streaming, so there's still, so there's more that they can say. There's a little more that they can, that there's more that they can do, and
Yeah,
it gives me,
I like that adult like aspect of it, because there is,
yeah.
like you're saying, yeah, there is a little bit. You'll hear, "What the hell are you doing over here?" You'll hear a little bit raunchier. I like
Oh no,
that.
they dropped a couple. They dropped a couple bombs here. And this is set in like the late 30s, early 40s,
Yeah.
and but you got a little bit of you got representation for everybody up in here, and this version of Batman has only been around for like a year or two. So
Okay. I didn't know
yeah,
that part.
like this version of Batman has only been around for about a year or two. So it's just him and Alfred. He doesn't want a sidekick yet, but he does have a relationship with Jim and Barbara Gordon. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But other than that, he is a loner. But what you really, really, stay for, besides Batman himself, is the versions of the villains. Like
Yeah.
what do they do to these villains? Now some, like some changes. I don't know if they were 100% necessary, but I'm not mad at them. Like some people were upset because they gender swapped the Penguin, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, but she's still the Penguin. Like the only other personality trait that's kind of changed is she uses her sex appeal a little bit, and she has sons, and that's it. Other than that, it's still I still saw the Penguin. They
Yeah.
wanted to make this a different. They wanted to make this feel like different. Harley Quinn's in here, and she's kind of already crazy without the Joker. Like she's already like, but the thing is, people are coming to her for advice because she is a psychiatrist. So
That's right.
so she's Harleen Quinzel, a bit more, and they add her more to the lore. And some people were like, I don't like the way her suit looks, blah blah blah. And it's okay, it's understandable. This version of season 2, it focused a lot on Riddler, right?
Okay.
But this version of Riddler, they just turned him into a 1940s gangster, bro. Like all he wanted to do was be the top dog. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's all. That's all he basically wanted to do was be the top dog. And there's a lot of and I'm trying not to spoil it because it's still
Yeah.
pretty still pretty fresh. But I would recommend this if you're a Batman fan. Give it a shot.
Yeah. I mean, I started watching the first season. Like I told you, I think I'm on like episode 7 or so. So like I'm pretty deep in, like you said, with Penguin and stuff like that. I actually like the dynamic that she built with the sons and everything kind of fit into the story. I like how it's a little darker. I do enjoy, like, some of the changes. Because you are right, there are some changes where you're like, oh, okay, whatever. Like it's more of that older, the I don't know what the hell it's called, old fashioned. Maybe that's best.
Well, yeah,
But
because it's set in those times. It's set
yeah.
with the exception of the fact that there's no like segregation from what I've seen. You know what I mean?
I didn't pay attention to that actually.
Like you see more whites and blacks getting together at this point in time because they do mention it a little bit here and there, but it's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I do like the artwork. I do like the comparison to, like, like we talked about before, to of course the classic old school Batman animated series. It is a good show. I mean, I enjoy it. I haven't been able to sit down and watch anything really, but this is one of the ones that's on my list to finish. And Batman is one of my favorite characters of all time, up there with the Hulk. So yeah, definitely going to check it out. So that's definitely a good one, bro.
Yep.
Definitely a good one.
I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be fair to it and give it a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I would say the episodes that I watched so far, for me to rate it, and this isn't hate, I probably have to finish it because it does kind of tell a story as it's going through the first season.
Yeah, it's very serialized. It's not episodic.
Yeah. It's more. It is kind of flowing. But I would give it about a 2. Like, and that's me being fair.
far.
Like, I'm not. It's not like it's crazy good to me, but it's not bad. If it wasn't Batman, I don't know if I'd sit through it. But because it's Batman, I think I'm more interested because it's, like I've said this before, the Spider-Man Noir with Johnny Cage, right? Johnny what the fuck? Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
I got stuck there.
Yeah, you did. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, the Spider-Man Noir on what's it called? Even though I can tell it's like a decent show, I've watched the first 3 episodes. I just can't fuck with it. It's just not my cup of tea. And I mean, I might revisit it at a later time, maybe when it's all done.
It's just not pulling you in. It's not. Yeah. It's not gonna be for everybody. Not everything is for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not really one of the guys who I'm not really a fan of like the old timey. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like the 40s and stuff like that, the Tommy guns and stuff. I mean, I could take it or leave it, but I'm not a fan of like westerns, anything, or I'm not a fan of the medieval shit either. Like I'm not. That's just not my life right there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean, definitely a good watch list brand. So definitely, guys, go check it out. I was even saying there's some stuff that I want to watch. This is one of them. And I don't know if I know I've talked about it previously, but on Netflix, there's a show. It's called Tires, and they're in their 3rd season now. The 3rd season of Tires just came out.
That was fast. We talked about it when it premiered. We talked about it when it premiered. Wow,
that show is good, man. It's a really, really funny show. I don't know what to compare it to. Really, it's. I mean, people would want to say like, The Office. Everybody kind of, whenever it's a work environment, people always go
because it's a workplace comedy. Because it's a workplace comedy. I would kind of set it in a similar vein to. Have you ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've never seen it. I know exactly what it is, and I always felt like I should watch. That's one of the shows I feel like I'm gonna watch one day, and I'm gonna be hooked on that shit.
Let me tell you something. They're in double-digit seasons.
I know. It's crazy.
They're in my best friend got me hooked on the show. I got to catch up. But these are some of the worst people, right, on the planet running a business together, but they always end up getting into some sort of shenanigans and scams and blah blah blah. And and plus, when Danny DeVito joined the cast, it was like lightning in a freaking bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta check it out because that's been a show that I've had for a long time where I'm like I should check this out. But we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. But yeah, that's the watch list for today. Um and let's see what happens from here. But listen, like I said with
Mhm.
Spider-Man Brand New Day, one of the things that I started to notice is, man, I've watched movies for a long time now, and I've seen a lot of actors transition. You've seen actors that you've been watching your whole life, and whether it was the '80s action flicks or whether it was the rom coms with Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart and a whole bunch of different people. Listen, bro, we're transitioning again, man. We're in a new kind of environment for the next kind of Hollywood stars.
Yep.
Um, Kyle, real quick, yo, what's some
Yep.
of your favorite actors? Like just drop like a couple real quick.
Some of my favorite actors. Growing up, Adam Sandler.
Good
I
one,
love
really good one.
I loved Adam Sandler. I'm a big fan of like Drew Barrymore. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And it wasn't just because they have a good dynamic together. Like every time they get together, I'm gonna watch the movie. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But I always liked her as as a leading lady. Another one, yeah, I gotta give it up to like Eddie Murphy, Will Smith,
yes,
like Schwarzenegger, all of them, and yeah, like at this point, you just dropping names, but a lot of people, a lot of people that I grew up watching, I just love. Not every movie that are in, but a lot of them are just they're great at what they do. You
yeah,
know?
and that's really what it falls down to. Because, like you just said, man, one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna break down a couple of categories,
Yep.
for like what we've used to watch and what we're looking forward to watching like now and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because everybody has different things, man. I don't care where you come from. Like, a lot of times you got people who, hey, listen, I love watching horror. Oh, I don't watch horror. I love doing this. I don't do this. So it's like everybody has different tastes. But when it comes to movies, man, there's so much to pick from.
Yep.
So let's start this off with one of the best genres, in my opinion, that is loved by many, and that's going to be action. Action genre. All right,
Hmm.
we got a big thing to talk about here, Kyle.
Yep.
Action heroes, action movies. We literally were just talking about one with of course, Spider-Man and everything like that, and Batman,
Yep.
really, and
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah. So, back in the day, you had, of course, like you said, you had the actors where it's like you always knew if the action movie was going to be good, if you had the Sylvester Stallones or the
Stallone.
Arnold
Yep.
or the big muscle guys that had their shirt off throughout the screen and stuff like that. You
Hmm.
always knew, like, that was like the calling of, like, okay, this movie's gonna be good because Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you remember the first time you saw the Terminator, bro?
I was a kid. I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I saw it on TV. Yeah, just flipping through channels, saw it on TV, thought it was cool. Arnold being the guy that he would like I kind of wanted to be like him because he was also a bodybuilder at the time.
Yep. He
So
was
at like
huge.
so at like age 11, that's when I started lifting weights. You know,
Oh, okay.
I overdid it. Like I got a set of weights, and I overdid it. I did like 100 reps my first time, and
Yeah.
I didn't stretch or nothing, and my arms were so stiff the next day.
Oh,
You know,
man, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
but you saw Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff like that. I remember when I first saw, I think I saw Terminator 2 first, believe it or not.
I think
And
the same for me.
yeah,
Hmm.
because Terminator 2 came out, I think it was like 1992. We were young.
Yep,
Terminator came out way before that. But Terminator 2, in my opinion, is still,
the
if
best,
not the best sequel to
the
ever be
best.
made of all time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So watching that and seeing John Connor, and I remember one of the most epic action scenes that I ever seen in my life was
Hmm.
the motorcycle scene with John Connor on the motorcycle, and
Yep.
the Liquid Metal was driving the truck on the bridge.
Hmm.
Bro, listen, I mean, I remember that. I remember getting the toys and
Yep.
reenacting that scene with my toys, yo, because that was where I was like, okay, I love this shit. I don't even know what it is, but
Hmm.
I love it.
Yep.
Um, So it's like, we had stars like that, and that was like the 80s realm, bro. 80s action hit completely different. And
different.
it was because of guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was because of Rambo and like, seeing like, hey, he's an army guy. I remember when I first saw Rambo, I actually went back recently and watched like all of Rambo and like, the just the kill scenes and just how tough he was and stuff like that, like what he portrayed. Like, it's just like you don't get that same kind of action now. Is What do you think
Yeah.
is the reason behind that, Kyle?
Because I think, audiences change, times change, and tastes change. I think whereas before you could have an entire these guys, they got hurt but they didn't get hurt. It was the type of movies that I think Fast and Furious tries to be. Like they
Yeah,
have in their contract they can't get hurt. So they're
yeah,
freaking cartoons. Like Vin Diesel and The Rock, they have it in their contract that they cannot look hurt or anything in there, right? Whereas with Arnold and Stallone, yeah, they go through glass wearing pretty much next to nothing, and there's barely a rip or anything up there, and because
that's
people are like
right.
that that's it. There's barely a rip on their shirt. There's barely any blood or whatever. I'm like, you just came out of an exploding building.
That's right.
There's debris behind you. You're still chasing guys with guns, and you're telling me you ain't getting hurt. I think
Yeah,
some people were hungry for a little bit of realism, and this is interesting to me because we're in an age now of we've been in an age for the last decade or so of superhero films, and those are very much action filled films, and these guys are like that. They're like
yeah,
they're like superheroes. They're like the machismo testosterone filled guys that a lot of guys wanted to be at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
think what it is people's like people's tastes have changed. They want to see a little more vulnerability, as opposed to a guy who, with his shirt off, going crazy chasing Nazis. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah,
that,
yeah. I think that's a good point. I think that's a really good point because even when you think of like Rocky, like Rocky,
yeah.
I don't even know if people think about Rocky as an action movie.
Oh, it
Nowadays
definitely is.
yeah, you
Hmm.
you you face it with Creed now. Creed was incredible with Michael B. Jordan, and
Hmm.
it's like you have a lot of remakes, you have a lot of do-overs, but like you said, like it's portrayed to the audience a lot different. And 80s action movies, I think it really was all about like how big can I make this explosion, like
Yep.
and even going into like the early 90s and even maybe early 2000s, it was still kind of that realm because
Yep.
remember, bro, Transformers and Bad Boys and listen, bro,
Oh yeah.
you put Michael Bay on a project and you can forget about it. Like it's gonna be some shit blowing up.
You're going to see explosions. You're going
Yeah,
to see a bear ad, and you're going to see hot women. Those
I
are
love it.
they are
What's the hate? Like,
they are guaranteed. But what you're not gonna get, and a lot of times with a Bay film is like like great dialogue.
yeah,
It's just you're not like what my friends would say. Just shut your brain off and watch the movie. I don't like that. I don't like that idea of just shutting my brain off. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But
I
I
like
get. But I get it. It took me a while to get it, but I get it. You
Yeah,
know?
it's some things are just fun, but when we start getting into like action stars, like of course, like you said, like we had, I mean, just to give a couple, like you had Arnold, you had Stallone, you had Bruce Willis,
Bruce
another
Willis.
one who is was
Yep.
rocking in the '90s, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, man. Eddie Murphy introduced, in my opinion, like he introduced like the comical. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You was able to get the
Yeah.
cop movie in Beverly Hills Cop, and but you were also able to get comedy out of it. And there was other people who did it at the same time, like Jim Belushi.
Yep.
There was a bunch of different people that was whether either if you look at Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, like they had weird kind of like action kind of style movies, but it was like
Yep.
still mostly comedy.
Hmm.
There was a lot of things that were kind of blurring the lines a little bit, but it's still. I also missed the type of like the context from like movies from the past. Of course, we lost a lot when it came to the digital age because we have other shit thinking for us and moving for us a lot of the times now.
Ooh,
People
talk
had
about it.
to, bro. People really, really had to be creative as hell back in the day, bro. Creating, different things, and a lot of times these celebrities were the people who brought these, ideas and creativity to life. And that's what
Yep.
you saw. Their personalities is what made the Terminator the Terminator. It's like, whoa, look at this. I always bring this up, but the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, the TV show with Lou Ferrigno, it
Yep.
wasn't CGI. It wasn't. It was a giant dude.
It was a dude in body paint and all that.
Body paint.
And
fighting bears and shit, like
and action and all of that, and you had to do a lot of this on like modest budgets. Not everything had a huge.
That's right.
Not everything had a huge budget. You needed the actors and their personality and the writing to carry the film. And I'm not saying that they don't do that now. But it's just, of course we're always going to compare what came before because we remember it from, our eyes. But I have seen like younger kids break down some of the, like some of the older films. Like, okay, so Patton Oswalt, the comedian Patton Oswalt, right? Love the guy, funny dude.
Yeah, he's good. He's funny as shit.
He was watching. What? He was watching Halloween with his daughter, right? He was watching Halloween with his daughter, and she was just laughing her butt off at how simple the plot was when you really look at it, and how the some of the scenes were. She's like, he's right there. Somebody call the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like. Yeah. Like
how fast it could have been over if people thought a little bit. Like,
yeah, she's like, this could have been open. This whole movie could have been over in 5 minutes, and she's laughing her butt off the way he's describing it, right? And I'm like, oh no, I get it, but at the time, you really had to use suspension of disbelief is one thing, but then using your imagination for for other things, like watching older shows. Like I'll go back and watch the classic Land of the Lost.
Oh man, I remember that. I used to watch that every Saturday.
And
I always watch that.
I like the reboot they did for back in the Nickelodeon days. That was my introduction to it. But then one day I sat and watched a little marathon of the 1970s version with the practical effects and everything. And I'm like, as someone who grew up watching this stuff, I can easily just use my imagination to fill in the spaces, to fill in the gaps. You know?
Yeah, it's great, especially doing editing work and stuff like that. You ever watch a show and you see the graphics and what they do, and you're like, man, I could do this shit in 5 minutes better than what you got right now. I always think of that.
Ooh, as an editor, my brain is wired differently now. Like I do that with so many with so many films. I'm like, okay, how did they do that? Could I do that? And I'm just like, but what about that? Like I'm looking at film grain. I'm listening to sound. I'm like, the sound on this is terrible.
I'm trying to tell you.
Before, I was just watching a movie. Now, with even editing podcasts, my brain is wired to see and hear things differently.
That's right. Yeah, it's just you got a lot of practice, and you also got a lot of experience, man. We watched movies for damn near 40 years, so it's like that counts for something.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to action stars, man, I mean, you still have now. If you look at today, you got amazing movies like, of course, like Sinners. You have of course, we're always talking about the the superhero movies and stuff like that. You got your Chris Hemsworths. You have your who else, man? There's a couple people that was standing out. There's no specific besides like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the main ones.
The Rock, I feel like he wanted to be in every movie at some point.
The Rock got played out, man. I can't believe how bad my man Rock got played out, bro.
Did you see the live action Moana?
Nah, hell no. I never. I waste my fucking time. I never watched the regular Moana. I mean, I've seen it in parts.
Oh, I love the first Moana. I love the first Moana.
I mean, it's probably good. I'm not. That shit left me a little bit, bro. There's certain ones that I could watch, like Aladdin and Lion King. That's the ones that I kind of grew up with. Like, even Toy Story, like I
Toy
wasn't
Story,
really into that
absolutely.
shit.
Absolutely.
I know that it's good, but it's just always trying to make you cry, and I'm like, it's fucking. But I'm down for it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just
Yeah.
like, but with The Rock, I mean, he was like the last main guy that I remember, man. I was talking to my son and my kids about we were watching, what the hell was we watching? It was something with kung fu in it. It was like karate and stuff like that. And I was telling them, like, yeah, this is where, like, you know, we always watch this guy named Bruce Lee.
Bruce
And
Lee.
Bruce Lee is one of the, you know, greatest kung fu, you know, artists of all time and shit.
He's the GOAT. Yeah.
So it's like knowing that they had no idea who Bruce Lee was. It was interesting. So I was trying to compare him. Oh, we were watching no, it wasn't Rush Hour. It wasn't anything with. No, I thought it was
Nothing
Jackie Chan.
nothing with Jackie Chan.
Yeah, I thought that's why they were asking me. But I was trying to compare, like, you know, like trying to tell them, like, hey, well, you know who this is. Well, this is what Bruce Lee was. And I was like, damn, I can't think of anybody. There's not like that kung fu guy or that artist. Like, we had Jet Li, we had Jackie Chan, you had Tony Jaa, there was a bunch of dudes, Steven Seagal, even, like,
Sonny
you know, those
Chiba,
guys.
yeah. You had a lot of them. You had Mina Wen. You got to give it up to the women too. You know what I'm saying? They were
for sure.
They were putting in work. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. I mean,
it's just like I think what it is, because Bruce Lee, he's technically before our time.
Yeah.
But we grew up watching a lot of older stuff.
That's right.
You know,
Enter the Dragon was like the 70s. That was like 1979 or some shit.
Exactly. So you had him, you had Chuck Norris, you had what's
Norris.
his name? Jimmy. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Rest in peace to both of them. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them.
But yeah, like watching and going back and watching old kung fu flicks. Like imagine. Okay, so I saw this little documentary on how people it was a documentary / discussion, and they were discussing why kung fu flicks resonated with the black community so much. Right? They were because at the time martial arts had really taken over, like during the 70s. You know, martial arts had really taken over, and a lot of these action films were they were being played in the hood. A lot of them were being played in the hood. A lot of them were being
movie
shown
theaters.
In movie theaters, and they were cheap. You could watch a whole like double feature on just a few dollars. You know what I mean? And people got into they got into martial arts more. Dojos started popping up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like learning about Bruce Lee's story, and I'm not just talking about watching that one
documentary.
There was a documentary, and then there was a biopic. That biopic that showed his life, but they made it so fantastical. It's like okay, that one is still a favorite of mine, even though I know a lot of it was played up for action.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I'm saying?
The story, yeah.
For the story, but then when you watch the story of like him in these documentaries, and then see how many people he inspired, you know what I'm saying? Especially since he died so young, and rest in peace to his sons and everything. But he went through so much, and him and his wife, they all went through so much. And looking at now, it's totally different. Like we don't have that one guy. We had Jackie Chan, who was who got a lot of his stuff from early kung fu flicks and masters and Bruce Lee himself. So we had Jackie Chan, we had Jet Li. Jet Li, I think he stepped back from.
Yeah, he did. He doesn't really act like that anymore. I mean, there was Jet Li and Jackie Chan were like the two biggest ones we had in our time as far as kung fu. Of course, there was more guys out there. If you were really like diving deep, I mean. I can't even think of all their names, but I know I watched a lot of kung fu movies, bro. I watched a lot of. That's what I was saying. Like when I first saw The Protector, and I got introduced to Tony Jaa, and I was like, man, who the hell is this? I mean, Sammo Young, Bolo, like there was a lot of different guys that was out there that was still making shows and stuff. Like, I mean, look at Walker Texas Ranger. Like,
Mhm.
that stuff, people watch that shit because you knew of Chuck Norris and his abilities. It's karate, man. So it's like having all that stuff available to us, but now kind of looking in to see like, damn, what's left? Like there's not that same. You had Ip Man, but I mean Ip Man,
Man.
shit, Donnie
Oh
Chen
man.
is
Yeah.
Donnie Chen. I think Donnie Yang.
Yeah.
I think I said it right. I don't know. But he was phenomenal, bro. You saw him in John Wick. There's another one, Keanu Reeves. You
Keanu
forget
Reeves.
John Wick is so famous. Keanu Reeves from our time, like he ain't new.
like Keanu Reeves, like I still like. Okay, so Keanu Reeves is such a. I hear about how good of a guy he is. You know what I'm saying? And I see him, and what was the last thing? Because so full disclosure, I have not seen any of the John Wick stuff.
That's homework, bro. Now.
Like I know of it.
Incredible, bro.
I know of it. I got homies that are huge fans of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And and Keanu Reeves, cool dude. Like real cool dude. But I have to say, yeah, I gotta get on. I haven't watched any of the John Wick stuff. You know?
John Wick, bro. If I had to, let's do this. Let's put franchise up against franchise. You got what? Is it like 10 or 11 of the Fast and the Furious? Fast and the Furious. People like to hate on Fast and the Furious, and yeah, it got kind of goofy at times.
Kinda.
Fast and Furious is still a good ass action flick.
They went to space, man.
Bro, listen,
they were using magnets on their cars, bro. The Tarzan swing on a freaking chain with
some crazy ass stuff.
They are Looney Tunes at this point.
Yeah,
okay,
they definitely are. But the thing about it is though, they're still creative, and it's a movie. Like it is keeping you entertained in a way of maybe it is a little goofy and stuff like you were saying before. We talk about that shit, but we don't talk about Power Rangers with fucking dinosaurs for robots and
because they started out that way though.
Yeah. I guess. It was always goofy.
It always was goofy. It started out that way. Fast and Furious started out with a bunch of dudes stealing freaking DVD players and freaking having and
chop shops and shit
and chop shops and race and illegal street racing to going to space.
Yeah,
in a jet powered station wagon. Okay. Yeah. For some reason created by Bow Wow and the guy who was in his partner who was in
Tokyo
Drift. And that was supposed to be the end of the franchise.
Listen, y'all, this was crazy. Like I was saying, as far as franchises go, Fast and Furious, like it or not, they're one of the ones up there as far as action movies and shit like that.
It's still making money.
They top dog, yeah. There's no doubt about it. Because that last one, even though it was goofy, fucking Jason Momoa as the bad guy. Let me tell you something, bro. It was phenomenal.
But he makes a good bad guy.
Yo, he makes a good everything, bro. Jason Momoa, number one. Listen, we talking about action stars from the later years and now. Jason Momoa is at the top of that list. Yep. That motherfucker is incredible, bro. There's a movie called Wrecking Crew on Amazon with him and Dave Bautista. I think I talked about it on here.
I hadn't watched it yet. That's on my list too.
It's good, man. You forget he's a big dude, and it's like he's comical. He could do a little bit of every part. I saw him. I forgot it was a movie I was watching, and he was playing the villain. And he was like a not just like like a comical villain. He was actually like a real bad guy. Yep. And it was an older movie, and I was like, damn, that's Jason Momoa. I didn't even know he was like acting around this time or whatever. It was older, like early 2000s. But Jason Momoa, man, he was the main villain in the last Fast and Furious. They still got the second parter coming out, but he was really good in that movie, bro. Like me and my wife both were like, yeah, I'm watching this shit because of him. He plays like this Joker type character. He's like really goofy, but it's like he's still serious, and you better don't be light with him because he'll still fuck you up. But I was saying that because if I had to pick between John Wick and John Wick's 4 movies and Fast and the Furious and their 10 movies. And Fast and Furious, like I said, they still entertain the shit out of you. I'm picking John Wick. John Wick is fucking, and you'll watch John Wick and be like, "Oh, this isn't fucking believable either," because he's doing crazy shit in there too. But it's so good. It's just John Wick is fucking just, it's another level.
And you know, Keanu Reeves, he's got a bunch of stuff coming out. Like he writes comics.
Yeah, he's incredibly talented.
He's got a cartoon coming out soon. I think it's supposed to be within the John Wick, the John Wick universe. I think. I'm not 100% sure. So somebody correct me if I, but he's supposed to have a cartoon coming out like real soon.
That's awesome. Remember, John Wick was also. I mean, Keanu Reeves was also The Matrix.
Yeah,
like Keanu Reeves have been the 47 Ronins. Like,
that's how I got introduced. Wow. I got introduced to him from The Matrix, but I also would go back and watch the excellent adventures of
Bill and Ted.
The Bill and Ted stuff.
I'm gonna say, Kyle, don't leave me hanging.
I can't leave you hanging. That's Bill and Ted, bro. Keanu Reeves. Come on.
Yeah. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Point Break, with him and Kurt Russell. Man, if you remember those movies, listen, bro. Keanu Reeves has been in the game for a long time. Just like Wesley Snipes, another one. I mean, he's older now. He's not really acting as much as he did. People forget, bro. One of my favorite action flicks of all time is Passenger 57. I love that damn movie, bro. One of my favorite movies of all time. He's on the plane. He's playing the he's like the secret agent guy, or whatever. And he's they're transporting. Well, he was put on the plane to like help them learn safety and shit like that. So he was just there when they were transporting the terrorist dude or whatever. And also another incredible. If you watch that movie, he's an incredible bad guy, yo. Really good bad guy, like remorseless. He don't give a shit. He gonna cut your baby's head off. That's another good thing about action movies that they need to start working on a little bit more. You gotta have a good bad guy.
You gotta have a good bad guy.
He's gotta be. You gotta want him to be, to get taken down more than anything, bro. That's just classic storytelling.
Yeah.
But Passenger 57. I mean, there was so many old school. I still to this day come across a new movie every now and then. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know this was out in the 80s and all this other stuff, whatever. But yeah, man, Jason Momoa, Tom Holland. You got a bunch. Zoe Saldana. She's an incredible actress.
She's great. No, and she's great. And I gotta give it up to Zendaya too. I gotta give it up.
Zendaya for sure, man.
Like she was I remember her on Disney.
Yeah.
And the stuff that she changed behind the scenes. Like they knew they had something with her, and then she and she was about to leave. And they were like, what can we do to stay? Well, if I'm going to be in this show, it's got to be an all black cast. I'm like, so she was an advocate because she was in this show where she was in a family of spies.
Yeah, right? Casey. And something. Yeah.
And she was like, well, if we're going to do this, it's got to be an all black cast, right? And it was like, man, she was really advocating for herself as well as the culture on Disney, where there was, of course there were black shows on Disney, Proud Family, That's So Raven, but that was pretty much it for a while. You know what I mean? So I gotta give it up to her. And apparently she had a singing career back in the day too. I didn't know about
Replay song. That was about listen. That's the good ass song. That was the only thing I ever heard her come out with. But that song was fire.
And she was a Kids Bop kid under a different. She was a Kids Bop kid under a different name. Like you never know what you're gonna find out on online because people they got receipts. They got the clips. Yeah,
that's right. You know something else too. This was something else. I mean, I'm definitely noticing we're gonna definitely have to take this and do parts. I'm glad we kind of started with just action, talking about the from the 80s, 90s, and tomorrow. We've definitely covered a bunch of actors and stuff like that we've watched and we're still watching. But like you said,
we could definitely go to different genres. We could definitely go down the line of different genres.
Yeah,
per episode.
Yeah. We'll come back and bring in some more or whatever. But with Zendaya, she damn, I lost my train of thought. I was about to say something about
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I was just trying to say trying to think of. That's what I was trying to say. One thing I am noticing, like that I noticed with Zendaya, like you just brought up too. What I noticed with like Stranger Things kids,
Yeah.
and Millie Bobby Brown, and like the one thing that's interesting about the kids being in like or Cobra Kai, like being in the TV shows.
Yeah.
And then you get to see them branch off from the TV shows to go into the movie roles and stuff, especially when it's a successful TV show.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I remember seeing after Cobra Kai was over, I remember seeing like a lot of people were posting like these fantasy castings
Yeah.
for the Cobra Kai kids being the Power Rangers.
Yep.
And I was like, holy shit. Like honestly, I'll
I
be
can
like,
see that.
yo, I would be I don't even care if they're gonna think of Cobra Kai. So what? Throw them in there, let them we'll get over it. I would
Yeah.
be super down with that.
I would
And
be too. Yeah.
it's interesting to see like that dynamic because you see these guys and you start to love these characters, just
Mhm.
like my man who played Miguel in Cobra Kai. Like, he came out, he became Blue Beetle. And I
Yep.
wish I would see him in more stuff, but I don't see him as much. I'm like, this is somebody from the future that I could see. Like, this guy could be a really talented fucking actor.
And
So
he's
it's like-
coming back. He's coming back to play Blue Beetle again in the current
Yeah.
DC universe.
That's
So
if they get their shit together, because DC, we need to have a whole episode just on that. Damn, what's going on, man?
no idea.
They
No,
are
like,
fucking. Everybody thought James Gunn was gonna come in there and save it. He's just tearing that shit down even more.
Yeah, I have
know.
no idea. But you'll always have the animated films.
Yeah,
You know,
You
and
will.
absolute
Animated.
Batman is coming. So
yeah, it's definitely a lot going on. But Kyle, listen, bro, good topic, good combo, man. Yeah, we're gonna break it down. I had Scream Queens on here. I had a whole bunch of stuff on here, so we're gonna break it down. We'll do segments. Maybe next time we'll do action. It'll always be time. We host every week. You better get used to seeing us because I'm coming every week, bro, as much as I possibly can.
Mm.
So yeah, we definitely gonna be in here. But listen, we're gonna jump into the top 5.
Yep.
We usually don't take too long with the top 5, so we're gonna rock, and it's gonna be hopefully I said it right to you, Kyle. Like, this is gonna be our personal picks of we saw these people in a movie and we're like, listen, we're gonna go watch it.
you gotta
immediately.
go
I
watch
don't
it.
care.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
what it is. I'm pretty sure we're gonna kind of we have a couple at least that top on each other, but we'll rock with it when we get
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
All right, top 5 time, guys. Cal, what you got for your number 5?
Number 5. I had to think about this, and I was like, oh, how did I not? Number 5 is Eminem and 8 Mile.
Wow. Really? Okay. That's
For-
one
for-
I didn't even think of.
Okay, because first off, it was his it wasn't his first movie.
Yeah.
He had been in a movie before, but this was his first starring role. You know what I mean?
Didn't he
And-
play like a movie he was in? Wasn't he like playing like the crazy Eminem with the chainsaw?
Oh yeah, he was playing. It was The Wash. It was him, Dr.
The
Dre,
Wash, that's right.
him,
That's right,
Dr. Dre, and Snoop, and he played some stalker, anonymous caller guy, and I go back and I was like, yeah, he's just doing Slim Shady the whole time.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
He's just doing
The
Slim
Wash.
Shady. He's having fun. But 8 Mile, okay. Now, being an Eminem fan, especially during this was early 2000s,
Yeah.
right? So when I first heard that he was doing a movie, I was like, okay, and then it was going to be kind of biographical, like it wasn't completely about his life, but there was, like a lot of the story was taken from things that actually happened to him.
Yeah.
But he, but
But it wasn't a
seeing-
documentary though.
It wasn't a documentary though. It was
Yeah.
very much an original. It was an original story, taken with like bits and pieces of Eminem's actual life. So so then I remember when the Eminem show came out, the album, the Eminem show. They had a DVD. They had a DVD, behind the scenes DVD. It had like extra bonus stuff. It had him at performing in clubs. It had a couple of music videos, and it had and it had him thanking the fans, and it had the first trailer for 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that trailer and rewatching that trailer and watching that trailer over again, just anticipating seeing the film, because it had Brittany Murphy and Kim Basinger and Mekhi, and this was my introduction to Mekhi Phifer. Then the movie comes out,
Yeah.
Sometimes, like the movie comes out, and as a fan of hip hop in general, and seeing what it was like back in like like '95,
Hmm.
Detroit, all that stuff, and this, and the story itself, because it was kind of dramatic. You
It
know what
was
I
a good
mean?
movie.
It was
Yeah,
a
shit,
good.
Eight Mile was good, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched it all the time. Like I bought the DVD.
yeah,
Okay, kids, little story. When DVDs were really becoming popular, what they used to do is they used to sell two versions of the same movie: the widescreen
that's
and the
right.
full screen version. I did not like the widescreen unless it was on the big screen. I was that picky,
Mm.
so I had to
It
get
cut it cut out a lot of the damn movie.
yeah. So when you're watching it on TV and it's like what, and at the time we still had CRTs,
That's
so
right.
it didn't, so it didn't look right to me on everything didn't look right to me on the black bars. I was annoyed, so I had to get the full screen. Would watch that stuff on repeat from beginning to end, and this
Yeah,
and Eminem, he told you he's not like an actor, and they tried to get him to do more movies and stuff, but it was all about music and family and everything and respect, you know. So
yeah. 8 Mile was definitely a good one. I remember when that came out and everybody was kind of going crazy. That was also when Eminem was like, he was top dog at that time. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah.
With 50 Cent and them and everything. I mean, in
hmm
2002, that was they
Oh,
were owning it.
that soundtrack,
Oh
I
man,
that soundtrack.
to this
Besides
day,
besides Lose Yourself, you had things like you had, because this was when 50 Cent was starting to really pop. So they
that's
had
right.
they put Wanksta up there.
Hmm.
They had I love rap. My favorite track up there was Rap Game with D12
With
and 50
D12.
and 50 Cent on the hook. You know what I
My
mean?
favorite was Love You. I think it was
Love You
was the
with
name of
Obi
it. I
Trice, yeah.
just wanna love you
Love You
for the
for the
rest of
rest of
my
my
life.
life.
I
Mm-hmm.
wanna
I
hold
want
you in the
you to
morning.
know.
I love that fucking song. There's certain
Mm-hmm.
mystique when I speak. It's sort of unique.
You
You know it's
know it's
me.
me. My
Poetry's weak
poetry's
and it's
deep.
still mad. It was, listen, I'm still full. I tell you right now, I had that shit. That's
You
all I
had it.
used
You
to
had it.
play.
You had it memorized. Like
Oh
I.
man,
No, it was.
hell yeah.
It was the same with me because like yeah, we all loved Lose Yourself. That was the one that was that was the single, that was the standout. That was when
Yeah.
I learned that Eminem also produced. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh yeah.
he produced that whole song. And but the which we call it what's that one song I love I no
On the album.
I yeah, it was a one song from it was a one I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look at the track list, but I absolutely love that entire soundtrack.
Yeah, it was
You
good. It
know.
was a good ass soundtrack. It was a good
hmm
soundtrack. Like almost every song on there was fire.
Yep.
And it came from guys. Gangstar was on there. There was a bunch of people that was up on
Rakim
there.
was up there.
Rakim was on there. Yeah, there was a bunch of people up on there.
hmm
But all right, 8 Mile, Eminem from 8 Mile. I definitely didn't see that. I definitely didn't see that. You had the movie too. I have it just actors that all I got to do is hear their name and I'm going to watch the movie. I don't even fuck what movie it is. But
hmm
my number 5 is definitely this guy right here, man. To this day, one of my favorite actors. I think I've spoken about him before. That's my boy Brendan Fraser, yo. Brendan Fraser. I got
mm
introduced to Brendan Fraser. The first movie I saw with him, one of my favorite movies of all time, Encino Man. Him, Pauly
With
Shore,
Pauly Shore and
yup, Sean Austin. They had
oh man.
they had found a caveman, and they was kind of like geeks in high school, and
Yep.
they had got a caveman. It was Brendan Fraser. That was my first introduction to him. What a funny ass, awesome ass, just an awesome like teen classic early 90s movie, bro. Incredible,
Yeah,
yo.
you could tell it was early '90s too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. In the 7-Eleven, you had all the classic Ninja Turtle pies and
Oh,
eating the burritos
the
and
Slurpees, the
bro, it was
uh,
so good, yo. I love that movie. But to this day, Brandon Fraser, man, when he's in something, he had just came back. And just to show you how dedicated, and not even just because, like I said, it wasn't like I was like, oh man, but it's just he's my boy. Like I trust that what he's in. I mean, we have endless classics. The Mummy. You have Blast from the movie called Blast from the Past with him and Alicia Silverstone. Love that
mm,
movie.
mm.
George of the Jungle.
Georgia the Jungle was surprisingly
It
good.
was good,
It
man.
was it
Wasn't
was
it crazy?
it was surprisingly good. Like because
Yeah.
usually when they adapt old cartoons, it's weird. Like it's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
but for some reason I couldn't stop watching it. Had it on
Yeah.
video and everything.
It was really good, man. I liked how they did the bad guy was in it.
Mm,
Leslie Mann was in it. Like it was ahead of its time in my opinion because it told a good story and it showed a good story. So it was like the whole depiction, how like it had like the narrator kind of stuff. It did the classic George of the Jungle.
yep,
But he did a movie recently with Sadie Sink in it, named The Whale. And he played
heard about that.
it was actually really, really good, man. It was a really good movie. No action. It was complete drama.
Mm,
He played a overweight teacher who taught like online, and he
mm,
kind of lived by himself. He went through a traumatic incident. He was he's lost his boyfriend or something like that, and he had a daughter. And I guess the
mm.
daughter he had cheated on the mom with a man and all that. It had some depth in this shit. And
Ooh, messy,
I'm
messy.
telling you right now, bro, he played, and this was after not seeing because he went through some shit with Hollywood, I believe. And
Yeah,
yeah, he got like some shit going on. I don't want to speak too much
yeah.
on it.
There was a lot. There was a lot of stuff. I saw him talk about it. He was talking about like they put him through the ringer. Like his
Yeah,
body paid for a lot of like he was damaged mentally and physically. You
yeah,
know.
man. He was doing this shit for a really long time. I mean, this guy has a catalog like you wouldn't believe, man. A lot of movies. He played with Adam Sandler. Remember Airheads?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's played a lot of different parts, but phenomenal actor, man. Every time I see him in a movie, I'm engaged. I'm like, all right, fucking Brent B's in. I'm gonna watch it. So
Mm.
shout out to Brendan Fraser for sure, and also shout out because he's supposed to be. They're doing the Mummy. They're doing them on
They're
another
doing it
Mummy,
again.
Mummy
Yep.
4. I'm
Yep.
down. I'm there. No,
Hmm.
no doubt about it. All right, Kyle, what you got for number 4?
Number four. I didn't know if I was going to put this higher or anything, but it's Expendables.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's Expendables. It's everybody who's in everybody who's
Everybody,
in
yeah.
everybody's in this movie. So
Talk
it's a
about
bit.
action movie and
So
shit.
it's a
Yeah,
bit of so
yeah,
it's a bit of a cheat. And my favorite is Expendables 2
yeah.
because Expendables 1 felt like they were mostly talking about Jason Statham's character.
They kind
Everybody
of
else
were,
was
yeah.
they were there, but they were kind of like everybody was kind of background character. It was mostly Jason Statham and Stallone.
Yeah.
But then but then you have number two. Everybody gets a little bit, a little bit of a little bit of a story. You got Jean Claude freaking Van Damme as the villain.
Good ass villain.
And they who else they get? They got Arnold Schwarzenegger right off of his
Chuck Norris.
Chuck
Yeah,
Norris.
a bunch of people came in.
It was if you were a kid in the 80s or if you were a fan of any of these people, this was basically a dream. It was basically
Christmas.
you.
Oh
This
yeah.
was this was Christmas. This was you with all your action figures making up
They
stories,
are on
and
fire.
that's
They really are.
it. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we
they
was just,
are.
we was
Yeah, they
just
are
talking
on
about
fire.
that. Tom Holland and Zendaya, man. They definitely
One
they killing it right now.
100% actor, and they're married now, and
Yeah.
like they're doing all this work together.
Yeah,
So
they got a really good dynamic with each other too on screen and everything.
yeah,
But yeah, like
that's why they're married now.
that's why they married, right? But yeah, like you said, bro, the Expendables. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first saw the preview for that, and I thought it was like a joke or something. I'm like, these motherfuckers gonna put all these old
Oh,
classic guys together,
uh-huh.
and nope, they went all the way down to Expendables 4. And I'll be honest with you, listen, I'm a person who thinks, yeah, I mean, there's better ones than others, but I like all of them. I liked all of
Mm.
them. You know, they were there.
I ain't seen number four. I ain't seen number
Four
four.
four was it was just like it was okay. You still got what you got.
Mm.
But it just they were good, man. They were entertaining, especially if you like that atmosphere. You like, Stone Cold and Randy Couture and come on, bro. I'm watching
Mm.
this shit with my eyes closed. I don't give a damn. But yeah, the Expendables was really good.
Mm.
Good pick. Good pick. All right, number 4. Yeah, you're definitely picking movies. You're picking movies. But like you said, characters that was in the movies.
Yeah, people
So,
that were in the like if this person's in this movie, I'm stopping what I'm doing and I'm watching the movie. I'm
well,
watching the movie or I'm watching the show. You know.
let me tell you this. I'm pretty sure that this guy's got to be on that list because I don't give a damn who you were in the past. This man right here, if he was in the credits,
Yeah.
if he was in the trailer, you was watching this movie, bro. And there's no doubt
Oh.
about it. That's
Hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, bro. Yeah, for sure. My number 4, Like I said, like I got introduced to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm pretty sure it was Terminator 2. When I saw
Mhm.
Terminator 2, I had all the toys. That's all I wanted to do. And then I went back and I started watching other movies that he was in, whether it was Total Recall and listen, but it's too long to name. But then
Mhm.
my favorite movies from Arnold Schwarzenegger of all time, not even a damn action movie. I watch it every single year. What movie I'm talking about, Kyle?
Cop and a half. No, wait.
Cop and a
No,
Half.
Kindergarten Cop. No,
Kindergarten
wait.
Cop. No, Kindergarten Cop was 80s. No, yeah, late 80s, I think, or early
Yeah.
90s. Kindergarten was
Mm.
phenomenal. I'm talking about every single year. Jingle all
Jingle
the
all the
way,
way.
baby.
Jingle all the way. I
Sinbad,
knew that was coming, but I wanted to throw you off a bit.
man. Jingle all the way. Wasn't even an action movie, bruh. Turbo Man. Oh yeah, bruh. Arnold
A little bit. It
Schwarzenegger.
had a little bit of action in it,
Yeah,
but
oh yeah, yo, believe it or not, Jingle All the Way really had some action in it, man. You forget about the whole end scene, bro. He's flying around on a jetpack and shit.
yeah,
Jingle All the Way, I knew it.
it's turbo
See,
time.
Ty?
It's
It's
turbo time.
turbo time,
Babe,
yo.
babe, if we don't have that on the movie list, because her and I we have movie nights.
Yeah,
We got to put that on the list just for funsies. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I watch Jingle All the Way right before Thanksgiving every single year. Like it's just or on Thanksgiving. It's just a tradition. And yeah, Sinbad, we've talked about before. Like Sinbad was so good in that movie, so like kind of slept on too.
Oh yeah,
Funny as hell. But
absolutely.
Arnold, bro, Arnold was just classic. And he's done, comedies and stuff like that previously to this. But Arnold Schwarzenegger to this day, man, he's come in and there was a movie with him, Johnny Knoxville. It's called The Last Stand. It was one of the
Mm.
I think it came out in like 2019.
Hmm.
And it was an action film, and he's old, right? Older dude, fucking
Yep.
good, bro. Incredibly good, still good. I was like, still enjoying it. Put
Put
that
that
cookie
cookie
down.
down.
No, no,
Yeah.
bro. Listen, yo, you ain't getting over with Arnold, bro. But there's no denying when you saw Arnold Schwarzenegger in a movie in the 90s or in the 80s or even the 2000s. Eraser, bro, another slept on. Like you think of True Lies, bro. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Command, bro. I can't. Don't fuck with me because he'll be number one, yo.
He almost had he almost had his own cartoon for a little bit, right?
Bruh, he could
He
have.
he got together with Stan Lee. Oh, here's the thing. He got together with Stan Lee. This was during the time this was like shortly after the time of his his stint as the governor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the governor.
And that's actually, I think that's what they called the cartoon, because I remember it was him and Stan Lee, and he was talking about like his career and everything. And next thing you know, he's got like a Terminator-esque outfit on. A trailer came out, but the show or whatever it was supposed to be never happened. But I think it had something to do with the controversy that happened, after that. You
Oh
know,
yeah, him cheating and all that stuff or whatever with his wife and all that.
with the maid and everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That is what it is. Hey,
Mhm.
listen, we ain't missing out. I'm sure. All right, Kyle.
If I can find that trailer, I'll send it to you just so you
All
have a
right.
laugh. Yep.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Man.
What's your number 3, bro?
Number three, just because I grew up watching just about everything he was in, especially during the '90s. Adam Sandler, but
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Now, one movie I saw in theaters just because he was in it was Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that
Hotel
that
Transylvania.
blew up, man.
Yeah.
That movie blew up.
Absolutely. Hotel Transylvania. I remember I saw that with my friends, and we came out just acting like Dracula because they did that joke like blah blah blah, and it was like
Yeah.
we just walked out the movie doing that because it was funny, and also shout out to the animator Gandhi Tartakovsky, who who animated some of the some great stuff like Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack and stuff from
Okay.
back in the day from Cartoon Network. So he did a lot of the animation, and everybody who was in the film, like it's always an ensemble cast. You always hear like a lot of the same people, but one that was a standout to me in that cast that I didn't expect to hear, besides CeeLo Green as the Mummy.
Wow,
Um,
yeah, I didn't know that either.
CeeLo Green was the Mummy in at least number one. He didn't come back for the next ones. But Fran Drescher as the Bride of Frankenstein
Oh, okay. With her classic voice.
with their voice. All she had to do,
Yeah.
all she had to do was be herself.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the nanny, bro. I remember. Yo, listen, Adam Sandler. He's definitely one for the conversation because classic, bro. Adam Sandler put out some of the greatest comedy like movies, and I'm not even talking about like Emmy nominated. I'm just talking about straight up goofy, fun comedy.
Goofy, fun comedies. And I know we talked about this, but I even enjoyed Happy Gilmore too.
I didn't watch it. I still didn't watch it. I gotta that's another one on my list. I gotta check out.
Yeah, it's like one thing
him.
where they try to do. Yeah, it's a little one where like the sequel-itis, they try to do a little too much, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I definitely will check it out. His kids are acting now, man. His daughter is in that new movie Roommates on Netflix.
I saw that. I did a little review of it on my reels because I enjoyed it. It talks a lot about boundaries.
Yeah, okay.
It talks a lot about boundaries.
Check it out.
Definitely check it out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely want to check that. I'm into stuff like that, especially after seeing Obsession and stuff like that. I like movies that are kind of like hitting that real mark where it's like whether it's the stalker or whatever, stuff like that. So I'm interested. Yeah. I'm interested for sure. But all right, Adam Sandler, that's a good one, bro. Adam Sandler, always going to be a legend in here. Man, these guys are the ones that are like moving out, so the new ones are moving in. That's why we like talking about this show now.
Yeah,
Adam Sandler, bro. Also, just like just to speak on where you usually see him. I listen to a lot of comedians and stuff like that, and, Joey Diaz, and to hear the stories. Like he always seems like he's just a nice ass guy. Like he's just regular. He'll go play basketball in New York and shit like that. Keanu Reeves too. Keanu Reeves has he's got like a lure of just how like much of a nice casual dude he is and shit.
Absolutely,
that's what's up, man. Yeah, shout out to those guys for remaining regular, even though they're like larger than life in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But number 2 for me, bro, hands down. Let me just go ahead and I'll just wrap up 2 and 3 and 2 together with this one because it kind of goes together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be, let me see if I pull up the picture here. There it is. Martin and Will Smith, bro. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Bad Boys, yo.
Bad Boys.
These right here, even though this is my number 3 and number 2 pick. Martin is definitely number 3. Will is number 2, just off of volume, bro. Will Smith, I mean, I don't give a fuck what it is, yo. If it's Will Smith in the movie, and especially like I know nowadays there's more like controversy, and controversy always kills everything. But back in the day, bro, The Fresh Prince, if you saw Will Smith in a movie, you forget about it. You was gonna watch that shit, whether it was Ali, whether it was Hitch, whether it was Independence Day,
Men in Black.
Men in Black. There's so many. You can't even go down the list, bro. It's too many to even name. But Martin Lawrence too, man. Another funny one. People forget just how good Martin was and how many movies he had back in the 90s and everything, whether it was Thin Line Between Love and Hate, whether it was House Party, whether it was fucking Boomerang, whether it was, what I'm saying, Martin Lawrence was in a lot of movies, coming from Def Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was in a lot of movies. Nothing to Lose with him and Tim Robbins. Another movie.
The Black Knight.
The Black Knight. You had Blue Streak. You had
Blue Streak was really was a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a lot of really good movies, yo. He's got a movie out now. I believe it's on Amazon. I was looking at it. I was looking at the trailer. I didn't get to watch it yet, but I'm just going to watch it because Martin's in it. And he's playing more of like a homicide detective.
Yeah.
And he's trying to, crack a case, a homicide case, not even comedy. And I'm just interested to see how he does the role.
Yeah.
Of course, he's older now. He looks, so much different than he looked when he was younger and everything.
Yeah.
But these two guys right here are my 2 favorite actors of all time. Everything that they've done, I've always loved. For the most part, I mean, there's some movies you like more than others and everything, but Bad Boys alone, shit. All 4 of them, like I fucking love Bad Boys, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Martin and Will's my 3 and my 2. So I got 1 left.
Yep.
But what you got, bro?
For my number 2, once again, I'm gonna do a double, and I'm gonna do a double in one. And we just talked about these two gentlemen, and that's Jet Li and Jackie Chan.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
yeah.
That's
Now,
good.
as we were talking about martial arts films, I was reminded of the movie Forbidden Kingdom,
Yes,
and
man,
and
incredible movie, bro.
I remember going to the theater with my friends just off of the heels of Jet Li and Jackie Chan because we wanted to see them fight. We had
Yeah,
never we
that's right.
up to that point we had never seen them in a movie together,
That's right. You
right?
haven't.
So all I wanted to do was see them fight. I enjoyed the story. The story was simple. I feel like I feel like they could have done a little more with it as far as the main character goes, but I enjoyed Jackie Chan being the drunk, like being the drunken
Drunken
master.
Master.
You know what I mean? And I enjoyed Jet Li basically being the Monkey King. I really and I wish their fight was longer. They had a good fight, good fight.
It was a
But
good fight. Yeah,
I just wish it was longer. I wish it was more focused on them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You know,
But
another movie that had that with Jet Li,
mm,
that to this day I get pissed when I think about it. War with Jet
or
Li and Jason Statham,
mm,
and I'm like, bro, I'm watching this movie right now because I want to see Jet Li and Jason Statham go at it. And it
mm.
was such a letdown because it was more like they were like, using guns for most of the movie and stuff like that instead of like real like kung fu and shit.
He was also in Expendables. I was like,
Yep,
okay,
he
yeah,
was.
he was
Yeah,
also in Expendables. So they got to work together before.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, man, wow.
yeah. Forbidden Kingdom is incredible. Yeah, you actually hit that on the head. I love that movie. I liked everything about it. It was like a kind of a what's it called, uh never ending story,
Yeah,
kind of
it,
thing.
yeah, it was.
Hiding from the bullies and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it had that. It really did have that feeling. Plus, he's
yeah.
the guy is a martial arts film nerd, like a major nerd. He talks about it like I talk about anime. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, yeah. He
But
was.
but then when he gets isekai'd into the world of into that world and he starts saying all this stuff, he's like, when are you gonna teach me this and this and this and this? And then they gotta sit him down like, look, why? And then Jackie Chan is like, that's because you're not listening. Know so much, know so little. I'm like, but you're right. You're fanning out because of these movies, but you don't really know anything. You're not
Mm,
disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, like the movies were gassing him up. Not to mention, not to mention, he didn't have. It was one of those moments where it's like this dude has no friends. They really went to the never ending story book of storytelling here. Like,
I'll tell you.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it really was the same kind of concept. But
Hmm.
that's a good pick right there. Jet Li and Jackie Chan. Yeah, yeah, without a doubt, man. Two of my favorite, actors. Let's be real, it's actors
Yeah.
of all time. But yeah, two of my favorite of all time. But all right,
Hmm.
bro, go ahead. Give your number. Was that your number two or your number
That was
three?
that was number no, that was my number two. That was my
Number
number two.
two. Okay, so we're both at number one.
Hmm.
My number one, last but not least, I'll tell you right now. And I had to think about this one for the order because, like I said, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are my two favorite actors of all time.
Yeah.
But this man right here, I don't give a fuck what it is. Of course, he might be like right number three. Jim Carrey, bro. Jim
Oh, Jim
Carrey, hands
Carrey.
down,
Jim
is
Carrey. This
I
would.
don't give a damn what it is. It could be
Oh man.
drama, it could
Hmm.
be history, it could be it could be music. Jim, I went and saw Mr. Poppins Penguins
With
shit or
the pen.
whatever. I listen, Jim Carrey in it. I'm fucking why. That's why as soon as I saw Sonic, I was like, Jim
I have
Carrey,
seen
Dr.
every Sonic
Robotnik.
film. I have
Fuck
seen
out of
every
here.
Sonic film. I was not
Yep.
expecting him to be like. I know it's Jim Carrey. He's gonna do. He's
Yeah,
gonna do what he does. But to come in as the psychopath as Doctor Robotnik, I'm
bro,
like, and
phenomenal.
and and he said, I'm retiring after this.
Yeah.
4 movies later, come on.
Now he's talking about the Jetsons. They're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. He's still doing more, bro. He's saying he's retiring, but listen, and people always,
I still can't believe they're doing the Jetsons movie.
yeah,
If,
yeah.
if I still can't believe they're doing a live action Jetsons movie.
Yeah, at least that they're trying. I don't know if they're in production yet, but I know they're talking about it. They got concept art and stuff.
They got.
But
He said, yeah, it's happening. I know we got. I won't believe anything until I see a trailer, but
yeah.
but it's not as bizarre as John Cena playing Johnny Bravo. But
Yeah,
still.
I just heard that today
I just
too.
heard about that. Like, wait, is this
He's gonna
real
do it
or
good.
is this
Cena's
real
good,
or
bro.
is it fan casting? I was like, is
Listen.
this real? But then I saw his on his Instagram. It's on his Instagram. I'm like, this is really happening.
Yo, John Cena's in the Acme versus
Yeah, I know.
wow,
I know.
and you saw the reviews that's it's getting some really really good reviews
Yeah, and
online.
now Warner and I bet you Warner Brothers is regretting their decision because originally this was supposed to be just a tax write off after all this time, after all this money and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So big ups
yeah,
to
man.
Catch Up Entertainment for saving it,
There you
and
go.
I will be seeing it in theaters.
In theaters. There you go.
Hmm.
Support it with the money. But yeah, man. With Jim Carrey, bro. Yeah, it was just all time favorite since I was a kid. One of my favorite movies when I was a kid was The Mask. To this day,
Hmm.
and then not even, of course, not even counting Fire Marshal Bill and
Hmm.
watching this man on In Living Color.
On In
Yeah,
Living Color, I will go back and
once
I still
bitten.
go back and watch his clips.
Yeah, yeah, he's hilarious, bro. He's always been funny as shit. Me and my sister, we came across a movie called Once Bitten. It was on Showtime, and we
Hmm.
was watching it. It was he played a high school kid and his girlfriend, and a vampire moved in, and it was a comedy.
Ah.
And the vampire bit him, and his girlfriend's trying to save him from the vampire mistress or whatever.
Yep.
Really good classic shit, bro. Late 80s. It's one of his first movies of all time. If you remember, I think his first movie ever was with Jeff Goldblum, Damon
Oh.
Wayans, and Gina Davis.
Mm.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called Men Are From Mars and Women From Venus or something like that or whatever.
I've heard about that.
Bro,
I've never seen it.
it's like they look like Teletubbies. They're
Ah.
dressed. It's crazy, bro. If you hold on, I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Mm.
Let me see. What the hell can I put in here? It's fast to type. Jim, Damon, Jeff. Let me see if that pulls up something. There it goes. All right, and I'll show y'all. But this was their first. Earth Girls Are Easy. That's what it's.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
Earth
Okay.
Girls Are Easy.
Earth Girls Are
I
Easy.
remember this junk. I watched this when I was a kid, man. I remember seeing it, and this just goes to show you like the shit we used to watch when we were kids. Because this is like
Ah.
this is more of an adult film. This wasn't
This
like
is
the kids
a bit
movie and shit.
raunchy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This was the actual adult film or whatever. But
Mm.
yeah, come on, share screen. But this was the first movie I believe Jim Carrey ever did, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it was Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. They had did The Fly
Mm.
together, of course, back in the day. But this is him. That's Jim Carrey, the red one. That's Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, and Jeff Goldblum, bro.
They look like they look like Teletubbies if they came from if they came out the water. Because look at those fins. What's going on
Yeah,
with the fins? Bootleg
yeah.
Power Ranger looking. Look, but
Crazy ass, crazy ass weirdos. Like this is what it was. 1988. Yep.
mm,
This is one of the first movies I ever saw with Jim Carrey. But
wow,
yeah, man,
man,
classic shit, bro.
yo, we haven't had any. There has been no like
No
double,
crossovers yet.
no crossovers.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm
I'm
surprised too.
surprised too because you know what Jim Carrey would have made my list, but then I had to think about it. Like, of course, I have seen a lot of movies off the heels of just his name. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh
Just his
yeah,
name.
man.
The Mask, Dumb and Dumber,
Dumb and Dumber. Oh
like
man.
Dumb and Dumber. I saw on cable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My actually no. My family rented it back in the day,
That's an
and
ancient. That's an ancient phrase.
I know my family rented it back in the day because I remember at one point when he was having that fantasy about about getting with that lady. My
Yeah.
parents thought there was going to be brief nudity when she took her top off,
And she had
right?
the headlights.
And she had the headlights
Oh yeah.
and so they had to switch the channel for a hot second from the
That's right.
VCR. So we
Turn your
oh
heads.
man.
Turn your head. That was my parents. Turn your head. Turn your head.
Yeah,
Turn your
turn
head.
your
Don't
head,
watch.
turn your head.
Don't watch Don't Be a Menace in South Central, because I was in the fucking movie theaters watching that shit as a kid. With my
Really?
parents. I'm dead ass serious. I'm not even lying to you.
Hey, they
I
couldn't find a
saw it.
baby. They couldn't find a
Couldn't
babysitter.
find a babysitter. They went. Turn your heads. Yep,
Oh
I
my
was in the
god.
fucking movie. I think that's one of those things that's funny as hell. Thinking
Yeah.
about now, because I didn't know it as a kid, but now knowing like, damn, my mother and my father had me up in that theater. They listen. They want to see it. It wasn't like there was nobody in there either. That shit just came out. We had went and saw
Mm.
it. You know,
And
Don't Be a Menace in South Central. How crazy that damn movie was.
is not a kids movie.
Hell no. Yep, as
Oh
raunchy as you
man.
can get. All right, bro.
Mhm.
But go ahead. Do your last number one, and
My last
we're gonna wrap
one,
them up for the
since
night.
I didn't put Jim Carrey up there, I said, but you know what? They only got 5 spots, and
That's right.
my mind went Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton,
My
my
my, my
favorite Batman of all time.
my mind went Michael Keaton. Now,
That's my boy.
specifically speaking of Batman, the movie that I had to see in theaters off of his name was Birdman.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was recent.
Birdman. Like, I love the fact that it was, that it was shot like it was just one continuous shot, right?
Yeah.
And he was a guy down on his luck trying to get back into back into acting, back into roles, and he's mostly doing a play. And like him and his daughter, which is another actress I love, they were at odds. I loved the drama of it and the way it was shot. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I've never saw it.
Oh, you never saw it? Okay.
I know of it, but I
No,
never actually watched it.
one day. That's another thing I got to recommend to you. That and The Founder. Have you seen The Founder?
I haven't. That was the McDonald's one, right?
That was the one where he plays the dude who hustled the McDonald's brothers out of there. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
he's an incredible actor, man. I mean, going
Absolutely.
back, just like you just said, I mean, Tim Burton's finest, right? Besides like Johnny Depp, this guy's Beetlejuice. It was the Batman. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he was always great, man.
Man, absolutely, absolutely. I am surprised there was no crossover tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. But I kind of like it because we definitely had some good contenders for our top fives. I mean, we
Mhm.
spoke about a lot of great. It's funny also thinking about Michael Keaton and really kind of just realizing you saying the Birdman. This guy was Batman. He was the Vulture
The
in
Vulture
Spider Man. Now
and
he's
Birdman.
Birdman.
He's
This guy's
got a
always played a
thing. He's
damn
got a
bird.
Yep. He's got a thing for animals with wings.
Yeah, another good Michael Keaton movie that it gets swept under the rug a lot, but I really enjoyed it, and it always makes me think like, damn, if I had that, what would I do with it? Multiplicity. If you ever saw Multiplicity before,
Mm,
and he plays like the guy, he goes through an experiment or something like that, and he's
mm.
able to change. Yeah, this right here. He's able to multiply himself, and he can
I'd be scared if I could do that.
Bro, it's like he has like a smart version of himself. He has like a business version. He's got like a stupid version of himself, and you see
Hmm.
it all play out. And of course, it can only be done by like Michael Keaton's kind of style of acting. Like incredible actor,
Hmm.
bro. Yeah, definitely shout out to Michael Keaton for sure. Good list, good list,
Absolutely
man.
great
These are
list,
pretty
man.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty good. This is definitely pretty good. But Beeline, listen, guys, thank you so much for staying up with us and watching with the ENT show. This show has been a lot of fun. I really enjoy producing these shows, and Kyle, you coming on. I always, bounce ideas off of you and stuff like that or whatever.
Always a
I
good
feel
time. Always a good
they
time. Love
go
getting
really
creative with you.
smooth, right? I don't even
Yeah.
feel like we did an hour and 40 minutes, bro. I feel like we
Nah,
still,
once you start talking, you're not even really worried about the time.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
you know?
We could have fit a lot more in this damn show, bro, if we had more time
Yeah.
and everything. It's crazy. Yes, it's really fun. But guys, please make sure if you're watching, please head on over to YouTube and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Me and Kyle will be here every Thursday, just about every Thursday. We'll let you guys know if a show is going to be, on, and if it's not. But we want to thank you guys so much for reaching out and watching and supporting. And leave your comments, man. I really want to see you guys start to get more engaged. I know that since I came back, the numbers are going up a little bit tonight, which I'm happy about because I'm really trying to stay consistent again. But
Yeah.
ever since I came back, man, I know we used to have a lot more of a fan base. We used to be pushing our stuff out a lot more. So we're working on it. We're getting back there. But I appreciate everybody. We're going to be back next week. This wraps it up for the Beeline ENT LLC. Cal,
Yep.
you got anything new going on or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, A for Able will be making a comeback very soon. Same thing with On the Brain. So watch out, watch out for that. You can catch it all on YouTube. Two separate channels. One the A for Abled podcast on YouTube, and On the Brain ENT on YouTube, or they're both on Spotify if you prefer the Audible version. So on A for Able, we talk mental health as well as living with disabilities and things like that. I'm always looking for to broaden my horizons and information and stuff like that, because there's a lot to talk about, especially today with disabilities.
That's right.
And as far as On the Brain is basically nerd central. You want to talk about anything anime, comics, movies, just nerd out with me. That's where you find it. That's where you find me.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, definitely appreciate you, bro. Glad to be back, guys. Hopefully you guys had a great week. We about to go into another week, but this is the end of the work week. I'm going to put the clips out, make sure that you guys are able to see everything we're talking about, get a couple of discussions, and make sure you guys got somewhere to click. Make sure you go into the playlist. We have over, I don't even know, 400 something shows at this point with the ENT show. This was show number 97, I think. We're about to hit 100, Kyle.
Ooh, man, all right.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something really interesting for the 100th episode. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. This is show number 82. We're still almost there. But I think on the wrestling show, we're at like 96. I think the Beeline Web show, we're at 160. So, yeah, definitely a lot of shows, man. I'm doing this for a while.
Nice.
But, guys, I want you to stay true, stay positive, pay attention, and have a great weekend. Do something fun. Don't worry about bills and stress. Just enjoy being alive. All right, guys, have a great night, and see you next week.
Peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you head on over to the Beeline Entertainment LLC YouTube channel, where we have so much more for you. We have the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, as well as Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk on Wednesdays, and of course, the Beeline Entertainment Show on Thursday night. Join us and make sure that you hit that like, hit that share, and of course, subscribe with that bell button for the notifications so you can make sure you're getting all the great content from the Beeline Entertainment LLC. Let's go!